Okay, y'all, I figured we could take a small break after that video. But okay, we're back, and well, we basically unlocked accounts and changed passwords. We revoked privileges that users should not have. We created a username, and we granted privileges to the new user. And now we're going to grant roles to a user. We're going to create a dynamic role. We're going to assign a role to a user. Then we're going to test it out. That's what we're about to do now. Go ahead and open your shell. Okay. We're in the script folder. And let's see what we got here. Okay. What I'm going to do, you guys, is I'm going to make a roles folder. Like I said, I just like to keep everything organized. So what we're going to do is we're going to move anything role related. This is create roles and make role grants. We're going to move those into that directory. So what we would do is we would do move mv make role, and we're going to move it into roles. And then we'll do the same thing for create roles. Up, move, create roles to roles. Okay, so now we're going to CD into roles. Alright, so anything that's role related will be in this directory. Now the first thing that I want to do, I don't know if you all see it, but there's a period here. I don't want that there. I want to do two things. I don't really like that. So I'm going to change the name. So first I'm going to do move make role grant. This role here, well, this script, let's say that, it's going to create a dynamic script. And I'm going to show you all better than I can tell you all what that is. But I'm going to call it make grant select SQL. Because that's what it's going to do. It's going to give, it's going to grant select privileges to a role. So if we do ls minus ltr, we have make grant select.sql and create roles.sql. The first thing we're going to do is vi into create roles. We're going to go ahead and just create the name of the role. Okay, so we have spool. This is the name of the file. Anytime you see spool, you're saying make everything here, put it in this file. So it says drop role hero role. So what we will do is, oh, I erased the wrong thing. Okay, leave role, and we're gonna erase hero. If you all don't remember how to delete in VI, it's gonna be escape X to delete, and then escape I to write, and we're gonna name this select underscore HR role. And I think I want to change this, you guys. Sorry. I'm gonna name it HR select role. Okay, so then we have create role, and we're going to do HR select role, and we're going to do it here as well. HR select log, and then we're going to write it and quit it. So now what we will do is go into SQL Plus, assist DBA. I already actually have this role created, so it's going to tell me, I'll show you better than I can tell you. create roles .sql. Okay, mine says role drop, role created. Now, for you all, the reason why is because I already had this role created. If you don't have this role created, you're going to get an error message here. That's perfectly normal. Don't worry about it. What you're concerned about is role created. If you go ahead and run it again, you will get what I have because you have the role created now. So if you do create roles.sql again, you're going to get the same thing. Role drop, role created. So now that we have that out the way, we do ls minus ltr. This is the file that it spooled right there. If you go in, it says the same thing that we see on the screen, which is cat hr, and it says role drop, role created. That's what the file did. Okay, so now we're gonna add our dynamic script. You guys, I could try to explain this to you all, but trust me, you wouldn't understand what I'm saying until you see exactly what it does. So the first thing we're gonna do is add this script starting here. Okay, we want to grant the name of this file that it's gonna spool is gonna be grant hr underscore select underscore role. It's gonna basically create this file. It's gonna create a grant hr select role .sql. Okay. That's okay. Here we're gonna do the same thing. I've already edited this file somewhat, but I didn't finish. So the first thing we're gonna do here, it says grant select hr underscore su rollout. We want to take this out and do select there. Everything else should be okay. So we're going to do this for the HR user. I'm going to show you all what it does, and then we're going to turn around and do it for the OE user, okay? So the first thing we want to do is right quick. Make sure before we actually do that. Select grant select HR. Make sure everything is right. You always want to double check to make sure everything is right. And the reason is I just found an error. We are basically we're doing a grant select on HR. Any table names, any table that HR has, we're gonna get the privileges and we're granting it to HR SU role. We don't have a SU role, you guys, so we have to change this. The name of our role is HR select role, and I know you don't understand yet, but you all would definitely understand. Just give me a second. So we're gonna right click. So now that we do that, we're gonna go into SQL. I don't know what's going on with my baby right now. SQL plus it's DBA. We're gonna run that script, and I'm gonna show you all exactly what it does. So make grant select .sql. Alright, now let me go to the file and I can show you all what it did. We're going to do a view on grant HR select role. That's the file that is created. We're going to do a view on that, alright? Now, so basically it's going to create it's going to spool a file with everything that it's going to do here. Now, we just created 7 privileges. It's basically going to do a grant select on the user HR regions table, and it's going to go to the HR select role. So this is going to be one privilege. The HR regions table, they're going to be able to see this table. They're going to be able to see this table. They're going to be able to see the departments table, the job table, the employees table, the job history, the country history. This is every table that HR owns. Being that HR owns this table, it was part of this select. So we're going to basically take everything that HR owns and create a grant select on it and give it to the HR select role. So that's 7 privileges we're going to give to this one role. So we're going to right quick. We don't have to write, I'm sorry. Okay, so now we want to go back into SQL Plus, Assist DBA. Now you're going to do at grant HR select role dot SQL. Okay, as you can see, it says grant succeeded. All of them succeeded. So basically, we just assigned those 7 privileges to the HR select role. So now that we just did that, guess what we can do? We can come here and we can say grant select, or was it HR select? I'm sorry. Grant HR select role to, you remember the user we created? I created my test. I'm not sure who you all created. Could have been anything. But in the last video, I created my test. So I'm going to do my test. And then hit enter. Grant succeeded. So what that means is if I connect to my test and enter the password, what I can now do is I can do select star on HR, let's see, jobs. Hold on, let me see this. It says looking for a from. Oh, okay. Select star from HR jobs. See, I gave my test a role, so now I'm able to see that. But notice I had to say HR. If I was to say select star from jobs, it says table or view does not exist because wait, let me get there. Okay, remember we are, let me see, can I scroll up? Remember we are my test. My test does not own jobs. HR owns jobs. And we gave my test select grants on HR. Anytime you do select grants, that means you are able to see. So HR can see that. If we go to, let me show you one more thing. Let's go back one directory, cd ... and let's see. Remember we did object privileges? Let's go do object privileges again, and you will see what you will see. Even though we just did it, I want to show you all again. Object priv dot SQL, and let's do actually he don't have any. This isn't the one that I want to show you all. Let me see which one it is. Let's try this right quick, you guys. I may be talking about another script, but 1 second. Give me 1 second to see. Just troubleshooting here, so just give me a second. Okay, this is what I was looking for. Good. Okay, if you all look here, you see this have changed. Basically what this is saying, HR has granted access to HR select role. OE has the same thing as well. So hey, interesting, right? Anybody who has HR select role will be able to see what's in job history, location, regions, and I think we can scroll up. Jobs, employees, departments. So it looks good. So basically OE, and so the role OE, there's a role called OE. Huh, didn't know that. And OE has the same thing. So okay. Alright, so we just learned something new. So let's go ahead and exit out here. We're gonna do one more, you guys. I'm not even sure what our OE has access to. I know the HR because that's how I learned Oracle DBA. But we'll go ahead and do OE the same way so that you all will get a feel of how it is. Like I said, I use these scripts every day, and I hope that they are a blessing to you all because I use them every day. Okay, so we're gonna go back to rows and ls minus ltr. Alright, so now we're gonna create another row. Okay, now we're gonna do OE select, and we're gonna do drop OE, and then we're gonna do the same thing here. Oh, don't want that. I have no idea what's going on right now, you guys. Okay. OE. Okay. Right quick. Alright, so we'll go ahead and create this. And you guys, I do this every day, so it's always the same order. It never changes. You create the role first, then you go add your make grant, select SQL, and after you do that, it's the same thing. So if I were you, I would just come up with roles and just continue to practice, and we're going through the second one. So gonna do SQL, assist DBA, and create roles .SQL. Okay, so that's the error that you should have got the first time. Same error because that role doesn't exist yet, but it says role created there. So we just created that role. So we're gonna go out and we're gonna VI make grant select .SQL. Now we have to come and add this. Now to make this faster, you guys, you can do this. Makes life a lot faster. I use this every day. This is one of those commands that you want to write down. That's colon. You guys, between Oracle DBA and web development, I get quotation marks, exclamation marks, percentages. I get those things mixed up. So if I ever say the wrong thing, please don't hold it against me because I use them interchangeably. But this is going to be the percentage sign. You're going to do colon percentage sign up, colon percentage S. Then you're going to do, this is find and replace basically. That S means search. So we're going to do HR. And then you're going to hit the backslash. And then you're going to replace it with OE. Then you're going to hit the backslash. And then you're going to type G. So basically you're saying, I want you to search for HR. Everywhere there's HR, you're going to change it to OE. And I want you to do it within this whole document. Because sometimes you may have thousands and thousands of lines. So if you hit enter, you all can see it replaced every HR with OE. The only one that it did not replace, I don't know if you all caught it, but this one right here. The reason why is because it's capital. So we have to go ahead and change that. And just to get practice, go ahead and we'll do it again. HR, OE, global. So it changed it. So now that that's done, we come and right quick. So now we go back to SQL Plus, assist DBA, and then you want to run your make sure you all don't get these scripts mixed up, okay? Make grant select .SQL. Okay, so those are the different tables that they have, and I'll just go ahead and show you. I'm sorry, exit ls-ltr. As you can see, it created the document. So we're going to VI into the grant OE. Okay, and so let's see how many is here. It says 10 is here. So this time we're granting 10 privileges to the OE select role. So are you all starting to see how it works? And then it's also something that I want to point out now that you all understand what's going on. Let's go back to VI into grant, no, make the grant select state. Okay, I want to point this out here, you guys. You all can't add this script. This says table name. So basically, you're grabbing the tables that OE owns. You're not grabbing the views. You're not grabbing the synonyms. You're not grabbing any other objects. Now, you can't add this to grab all the objects. But for the most part, everything that I've seen, I've only had to do grant selects on table names. So this is beneficial for me. But everything is on Google, you guys. If you want to know how to change all of them, you can just search dynamic script to change view. It'll come up. So I just wanted to point that out. We are only granting selects on table names right now. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and run that script. So we want to do at, and I guess I should have explained this, you guys. Anytime you see SQL, you want to make sure that you're running it in SQL. But if you see SH, you want to run it in the shell. Anytime you're running a script in SQL, you have to always start with at. I'm sorry if I didn't say that earlier. Okay, so we're going to do at grant OE underscore is select role dot SQL. We got some errors here, you guys, and I'm gonna be honest, this is my first time seeing this. It says grant select on product reference cannot reference nested table column storage table. I have no idea what that means, but we will learn together what that means. This is my first time ever seeing that. So, and this is just part of troubleshooting, you guys. See what this means, because I have no idea. Cannot an attempt to access the nested table. Okay, it's a nested table. Column storage table is not allowed in a given text. Okay, I get what they're saying. I will probably do a video to troubleshoot this, you guys, but for now, just for learning purposes, I'm not. Basically, what they're saying is, for the most part, what I gather is, OE owns this table, but it's nested with another table, and OE does not have permissions to give to the other table. So technically it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 grants, privileges that we're gonna assign. And I want to go, before I do it, I want to go look at what we are given. And this is why it's good, you guys, to have those logs and things. And this is part of troubleshooting, so just keeping this in, you guys. So, okay, what I would do for future purposes is I would comment these out, because we know we can't give them to the user. So I would comment these out. And to comment it out, you guys, the dash button, that's all I can say. If I'm wrong, just forgive me. But the button next to the 0, that button, you just hit that button twice to comment it out. So okay, it's coming it out, and what we will do is just to be on the safe side. Don't really have to, but I want to, so I'm gonna run it again. Grant OE select row.SQL. Okay, now you see all of them succeeded because we commented those other ones out. So that was actually 8 grants. So now if we come down here, we've already given we created the role basically. So now we're about to give that to the user. So what we would do is go back into SQL Plus as sysdba, and we're gonna give it to our user. So it would be grant OE select row to whatever your user is. Grant succeeded. So my test will be able to do the same thing. If we connect it to my test, I don't even know a row. I don't use the OE table. So just give me a second, okay? Because I don't know that table. As a matter of fact, we can use VI grant select OE. That's not the one we want. We want to do it on the SQL. Do it like this. Let's do cat. Whenever you do cat, it shows everything on the screen, you guys. So cat grant OE. There we go. Alright. Okay, promotions. Promotions and order items. We can do let's just do promotions. We'll do that. Okay. Another thing I can show you all too. Let's say, well, let me do this first. LS minus LTR. Let's say you want to look at let me log into SQL Plus first. Let's say that you want to look at a script before you ran it in SQL. You would do shift exclamation mark, and then you would do VI, and then you would do grant OE select row.SQL. That helps you do that in SQL. That's the only way that you can do it in SQL. So yeah, okay. So we're gonna go ahead and log out. Okay, now we're back in SQL. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna connect as my test in the password. Wrong password again. Okay, so we're going to describe, what was that? OE dot, I think it was promotions. Yeah, okay, so that's right. And it's just basically showing you these are the things that we're going to see from this table. So I can do a select start from OE dot promotions, and there you go. Not much, but hey, it works. So basically, you guys, that's everything. I mean, if you can do this and you can get real proficient at doing this, you know how to manage users. I do this all the time. I mean, create users. In a production area, I have never seen a user be deleted unless they get fired or they no longer work there. So you're not going to drop users that often, but you are going to create users. You're going to give them access. You have to be so careful with the access because sometimes they can't have certain access. Usually I always get stuff from my supervisor, but I like to ask, well, what is their job roles? Are they business analysts? Is it developer? Is it who? Because that'll give me an idea of what they should have. Select again just allows them to see what's on the table, but you never want to grant a regular user like create table. You never want to grant them altering anything. You just want them to be able to see data. So if you all can go through everything that I put in these last two videos, that's it to manage users. These were simple examples on a job, on the production settings. It does get to be just a little bit more complex, but I'm telling you all, this is all I use as far as managing users. All the scripts that I just gave you, that's it. So I hope that has been beneficial to you. If you all have any questions, feel free to ask or